Alright, we're learning about the Bilderberg Group and the Rockefellers. And here I am, Montauk Cape Hero, Montauk Point. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see off in the distance there, there's one of those 1%er houses right on the cliff. Of course, you got some radar, but it's not on. Lighthouse down at the end. There's some nature's art. As the erosion of the cliffs happen. What a beautiful day. I mean, you know, you have your chemtrails here and there, and then you have your regular clouds blowing around, but it is a gorgeous day, and that's the most important part, people. I mean, all this stuff is going to sound very scary that we're going to hear. You know, we're going to feel very helpless, being just a number, 1/billionth, or 1/7 billionth of the planet. But each one of us possess the most powerful electromagnetic generator in nature, our hearts. And all together, those hearts can power the magnetosphere, which will protect us from natural things. We just have to all understand that the chemtrail is still going out. If you can see that plane out there. But you know, we power up that magnetosphere. Well, we also can power up the planet. The people have the power to do so. All right, yeah. See that chemtrail. I mean, it's from all the way back there, and it's going across, and it's going across, and it's going across, and he's still going, and it's still going. But in any case, condensation trails don't last that long. The only times they stay like that, and you actually can see the twist of the turbine engine in the cloud. That is when they put something in the fuel, and that is what we call aerosol spraying, chemtrails. But in any case, we are the many, and our electric generators can power, can save us from natural stuff, but they can also keep us strong and united against the evil doing of the few that try to control everybody. They can't control all of us. They can try, and they're in the process of doing just that. But you do not have to be under anyone else's control. You just have to use your brain. Don't be sidetracked by nonsense. Even, sports. I understand people love the sports, but sports are a distraction, and they do take your mind off of more pressing issues that are actually changing your life. But I'm trying to stall here while I'm going to maybe find a better station. This is annoying.
Center, I think.
I got nothing but static here. Alright, I'm going back up.
Tomorrow. Yep.
Alright. Well, let's get back to the... I can't go back to the show like this. I'm sorry. This is,
Lord.
These are all garbage. Alright. Oh, here we go.
The manipulators. There's a quick quote from Woodrow Wilson. Some of the biggest men in the United States in the field of commerce and manufacture are afraid of somebody, are afraid of something. They know there is a power somewhere, so organized, so subtle, so watchful, so interlocked, so complete, so pervasive, that they had better not speak above their breath when they speak in condemnation of it. And the term the New World Order first appeared in print in 1919 with the publication of Samuel Zane Batten's book, The New World Order.
Yeah, that's to let people know that George H.W. Bush did not invent the term.
No, although he certainly used that term a lot, and I must say that Mr. Bush Sr. just struck me as kind of a creepy guy, you know what I mean?
He doesn't come off very well at all, no.
He's just kind of like a really sinister Mr. Rogers, and
Yeah,
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, can't help how you look or how you come off, but Mr. Bush creeped me out pretty bad, and I'm still not sure it was a good idea to have a former CIA director as the president.
Yeah. Well, Bush came off pretty poorly in this thing, but, a lot of Democrats do too. That's one thing. I think one of the central things I learned from just doing this research is that there's not a dime's worth of difference between the two political parties.
Said it many times myself. Ship keeps sailing in the same direction.
Yeah. I'm kind of with the governor when he said
they all need that money.
It's like WWE wrestling. They're at each other's throats when the cameras are on, and when the cameras are off, they're having dinner together,
Well, that's exactly right. Let's go to the Morgans.
Yeah, well, J.P. Morgan's father, Junior Spencer Morgan, he was connected to the British Rothschilds already when J.P. was just a boy. So there was that connection there. Because he had traveled to England as a financier and got close to the British Rothschilds. John Pierpont Morgan, J.P., took charge of the family business near the end of the Civil War, and he worked so closely with the Rothschilds that many authors called him a de facto agent of that foreign banking family here in America. The 1870s, J.P. was principal source of U.S. government financing as head of J.P. Morgan and Company. He also arranged for the Rothschild capital to be invested in the growing U.S. Industrial corporations, and by 1902 he'd become a major holder in rail transport. He was powerful enough in his time to manipulate the U.S. economy, and many researchers blame him for causing the panic of 1893. After which he bailed out the U.S. government monetary reserves with $62 million in Rothschild gold. So the Rothschilds, through Morgan, are getting their teeth sunk into American economy and industry. He and the Rockefellers helped to create the Federal Reserve System. And to underscore how much the Rothschilds were into his business, when J.P. Morgan died, it was astonished. People learned that he owned just 19% of his family's business.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Now, the Rothschilds, of course, they're in the background on this whole thing, and that goes way back to 1744 when Meyer Amschel Bauer was born in Frankfurt. He apprenticed at a banking house and soon became court financier to William IX of Hesse-Kassel. He joined the Masons because William had joined. He just wanted to ingratiate himself with them. And this is a family pattern that continues to the day. The Rothschilds do business with reigning houses of Europe. They don't mess around with the lesser people.
John, before we go on, let me ask you something, because we have 2 minutes before our hard break.
Sure.
So quickly tell me, and all of us, not just me, sorry, how do these men control their children and ensure that the generations to come will do everything that the mandate calls for as time goes by?
Well, obviously there's a certain amount of indoctrination that has to go on.
Hardcore.
Yeah, you are expected as a Rothschild to carry on the family tradition and stuff like that. That's certainly ingrained in all of them. There was in the 1990s one Rothschild, I can't recall his first name, who did very poorly. He lost millions of dollars of the family fortune on some bad investments and wound up apparently committing suicide, although he was found in a hotel room hanging from the towel rack by the rope on his terry cloth robe. Now, this guy was over 6 feet tall.
Oh, gotcha.
The towel rack is only about 4.5 feet off the ground, so that must have been a very determined hanging.
Yes, he might as well have just stood in the meat grinder and reached down with his hand and cranked the handle himself. We will return in just a minute with John Scura, author of Battle Hymn. Consider this your wake-up call. This is the Mothership, Coast to Coast AM. Stand by.
All right. That is the end of the segment, and I'm going to call it quits now, because that... Oh, it's not him. That's Mercedes. Okay. In any case, I'm going to call it quits. Have a beautiful day. This is a ranch out here in Montauk. My that in there once in a while. All right, so I hope everybody is doing their toning, keeping the left hemisphere of the brain at bay, all the tasks of the day. Connect more to the right side, which is the emotional side, which should, you know, make you more able to remember your dreams and learn the lessons from those dreams, from those people on the other side that are trying to help you out, learn some things. All right, so that's about it. Happy March 11th. If I don't see you, have a beautiful time until we see each other again. Being that this is for my nieces and nephews, I will definitely see you guys in the coming months for various things, and I'm looking forward to all those things, seeing you at those particular times. In any case, until then, breathe deep, have your body weight in ounces of water, put your trail mix in your water, soak the nuts, infuse the water with the deliciousness of trail mix instead of fake sugar or real sugar, which your body has trouble dealing with. And deep breathe as often as you can with the vowels, A-E-I-O-U, 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 like that. And force it out. When you get to the bottom, really press it. Use your abs to squeeze all that last bit of the air out. You know as soon as you stop, you're going to be able to take a breath. So, you know, push it a little bit. It's good for your body. It's good for your lungs. It's the best thing for your cells. As if you heard the last show I put up that wasn't one of these Coast to Coast ones, it was the Joe Rogan, episode 154. He's talking with, I'm not going to remember his name, Sam Tripoli. And they put it all in perspective exactly the way I would. Stretching and breathing are tremendous things going forward to slow down aging. And your past is not you. It's the book that you're writing, the lessons that you've learned, but you are better than your past if you learn from your past, all right? Believe that. So don't stress over things that you've done. Just learn from your mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes again, and have a better future. Every day is yours to make what you want with, and you can be anybody you want to be. Be that person. All right? I love you all. Have a beautiful day. See ya.